MC's new Mini Deluxe, the in-car that's as wholly different as the people who drive it.
When the Mini started out in 1959, it was made as an affordable and reliable car for the masses. In the early 1960s, Wood and Pickett took that car and made it their own. To this day, Wood and Pickett are still up and running and are tailoring cars to the needs of all different customers that come through their doors. We caught up with Mike at Wood and Pickett to ask him about the company and what they do.
I had Wood and Pickett in a previous company, a company called Moss International. I came out of there in 1999, I think it was, and I took Wood and Pickett with me. And this is where we are today, some 15, 16 years later.
Well, I'm basically the main mechanic here, so I'll get involved with the sort of day-to-day stuff, the routine service work, MOT repair work, obviously things like rust, a big issue for the cars. But I also get involved quite a lot with the sort of the engine rebuilds, gearbox strip downs, certainly taking the cars apart, ready for sort of more specialist paint and panel restoration work.
You know, if somebody's got a particularly tatty looking Mini, we can turn it into a very special car. So basically anything, we supply parts and accessories. They go out all over the world. And
the sort of the look on their face when they're absolutely in awe, certainly when you transform their old rusty vehicle into something that's really quite special.
Oh yeah, Wood and Pickett have done a really professional job. They've made the car back to exactly what it was like. Every single detail of this car was precise.
I definitely enjoy it here, yeah. I mean, I've worked here sort of since 2006. To me, it's definitely, you know, a dream job to land myself in.
But it's as if it was the day that we had it new. It even had a new car smell when we got it. We think it's been a tremendous refurbishment, and Wood and Pickett have done a tremendous job.
Yeah, I do own a car at the moment. I've got a racing car which we started up as sort of a secondary part, which is Box Hill Racing. That is myself and a colleague, Al.
Okay, Box Hill Mini Club is a classic mini owners club. We're based around the Box Hill area in Surrey. It's just a group of guys really that get on, that all like minis, like to go out driving the cars.
They're very light, they're very nimble, and actually, certainly around racing tracks and things, they can really perform well.
I've heard people describe racing as better than sex. Sometimes when you're sat on the start-finish straight waiting for the lights to go, you've got to control your breathing. It's absolutely amazing.
The drive of a Mini is unique. The car's been around for some 50 odd years now. The car is like no other. It's like driving a go-kart.
They're very compact. They actually handle amazingly really, borne out by their success in rallies and things like that. Everyone should drive a Mini.
What better way to show what it's like to actually drive a Mini than get someone to drive it for the first time? So we got our producer Rob to have a go in the Stovell's own Mini Cooper to see his reaction.
The gas pedal, it feels, honestly, you put your foot down a little bit and you get going. I can feel it already, mate. Honest to God. Steering when you're going fast is actually much better because you don't feel like, I don't know, if you make the slightest turn, you're going to go flying off the road. With this, you can really feel, you know, how fast you're going to turn and stuff like that. It feels really good. Honestly, how I'm feeling right now, there's a lot of like adrenaline running through my body. It feels like I'm really driving. Like I've never actually really driven. I've driven a lot, but it feels like I've never actually really driven because now I feel every inch of the power of the car. You can really feel the road, you can really feel how the car works, everything. I really like that, to be honest.
So even somebody who's never driven a Mini can love it just as much as people who have done for years. However, we wanted to find out about just how much such a loved and iconic car can be bought for. We got in touch with the owner of Historics to ask him about what Historics do and their involvement with Wood and Pickett.
Historics is a classic car auction company. We're based just west of London and we specialise in classic, historic and sports cars. In the classic car trade, Wood and Pickett is one of those names that is just part of the industry. We were contacted a couple of months ago by Michael Standring, who had a collection of minis that he wanted to talk about selling.
The future is really what we're working on at the moment. We're going to expand the business here, the parts side of the business considerably. We're going to expand the restoration side. We're selling some of these beautiful cars to make space for this.
We've got one of our 4 major sales of the year. It's our Christmas sale. It takes place at the Mercedes-Benz Museum, and we've got approximately 125 classic and sports cars.
Well, good afternoon. '69 Morris Minor Traveller, known in our world, of course, as the Woody, and gone 6-7, sir. Now, I can honestly say I've never offered one of these. Lot 252 is a complete one-off motor car. £10,000, I sell her twice, and gone. 10,000, sir, you win. 254, it's 1960 Morris Mini, but what a Morris Mini, 1960. It's described not only by the vendor, but by us, as perfect in every respect. 13,250, twice, and holding 13,250, sir. 255, the Cooper S. The most interesting thing here is ex-Nick Mason of Pink Floyd, of course. £10,000, twice, and gone, 10,000, sir. Well, amazing interest in this. Lot 256, the minivan that's been owned by Wood and Pickett, and gone. 10,000, sir. Thank goodness you got one. Number, sir, please.
I cannot praise Historics enough. They've done a sterling job right from the outset. You know, when we rung up and we said we'd like to sell 6 cars, Edward was down at our place in a flash because he could see the value of what we were doing with Wood and Pickett, auctioning the cars, and just the general presentation company. They've done a sterling job, and I'm really chuffed. I mean, the funny thing is, I don't really want to sell them. We're selling them to make space. We'll see what happens with them. I may still, go to bed cuddling one at night, and see what happens in the future.
So, the future of the Classic Mini is looking bright. The Mini can be loved from a number of different perspectives, but the love is still the same no matter the angle. With Wood and Pickett selling their prize Minis, their expansion is now underway, and this will certainly help keep the Classic Mini a big part of everyone's lives.